Hi, I wanted to tell you about a little, some struggle that comes when you go vegan, and it's about my relationship with my father. Now, my father is a very particular man in some respects, and when it comes to this, I've just realized he's like this really, really good cook, but that is unfortunately combined with the fact that he only likes certain foods, certain dishes, especially the ones that he makes himself. And so because he really doesn't tolerate most things, most other dishes, he has to make them himself. And so he's become very crafty at it and very good at it. And when he cooks what he knows how to cook, he's awesome. And when actually that has gave him a lot of experience and this craftsmanship, so that when he goes into other like domains and tries to master other things, he does a really good job. Now, this makes him the cook of almost every situation. I mean, unless he goes to a wedding or something, he's gonna take he's gonna take the tools and he's gonna just get into the kitchen, provide for everyone. So I think that for him, making, cooking for people and providing them with awesome foods full of flavor, like very fresh and very fragrant and very awesome, I think this has become the main way for him to express love. Not that he doesn't express love like with kisses and hugs and saying it and giving gifts, but I think he feels very good when he does these things, and the way that like he feels like the provider, and he's actually giving, but not in a just because it has never has anything to do with business or anything. It's always just because he loves you, because he likes you, because he invites you personally. And so when the only son that he's got in this country, my other two brothers are on other country living right now, and I turn vegan, I think he feels this cut in some respects of our connection. Maybe it's not, but because now the thing that he used most to communicate his love to me, or to actually maybe not communicate, but the way in which he provided this love, expressed his love, and make sure that his loving efforts went through to me and through me, of course, was through food. Now, that's become a challenge, because if each and every of my recipes includes meat, fish, some dairy, or even some, eggs, all of them, I'm very just disempowered, but not just to make food for my kid, but to actually show my kid how much I love him. And not only it's about showing, it's about loving itself. If you loved through words, or you communicated and delivered love through words, and you lost your voice and you just couldn't write or anything, you'd feel like an island on your own. So I think this happened to him. It must be very tough for the man. I mean, I think this is definitely what's going on, because he actually has gone on to learn very tasty, like incredibly tasty and defying new recipes at a rate at which he has never done anything like this in his entire life. Like, when I first told him that I was going vegan, he thought, dude, you had to think about it twice. You better think about that twice. And as I always just stay my ground and things like that, didn't say anything. But I guess inside of him there was this conflict, this shit. What do I do now? And even though he never tells me about it, and of course we quarrel about being vegan. We quarrel and we have discussions and things that just serve no purpose because he's not gonna change his mind. I'm not gonna change mine. He still like develops incredible new recipes. So most times he doesn't even look at them on the internet or anything. He just makes them up, adapts his own recipes, because that's what he does so well, his own recipes. And they taste amazing, this dish in Spain called paella, or paella, however you know it. He makes it without the seafood, without chicken or anything, completely vegan, and it tastes like heaven. And such an adaptation, I know, if it wasn't because this was his main way to reach his son, to feel that he was providing love to his son, I knew that if it wasn't that, he wouldn't have changed. So it tells me personally that love and lack thereof can make people make dramatic changes. Like it's a one of the most powerful forces, if not the most powerful force for me. And such a radical change for a person who I think, and maybe have some of that, is so, against change in his personal life. Yeah, he doesn't really like change. That he makes such a change in something that's very close to the core of who he is, of his being, of his identity, just for me. It tells you that even if he has some mistakes sometimes, some things that, it's a little rough around the edges sometimes, he's such a loving, caring parent. He's an incredible father. And we always can complain, but I personally think that if I think it through, I realize he's awesome. And I'm very, very lucky to have him as a father. And I should told him more often, like way more often. What about you guys? Do you tell your parents that they're awesome? Are they awesome? Well, I guess it sometimes even feels weird to just say, "Hey, Dad, you know what? You're awesome." And he just like looks at you like, "What? Are you alright?" Yeah, but I think those are awesome habits that's worth building. And I've seen that so far people respond very well when they take you seriously. Nothing more on this side, some struggles of being vegan, when it destabilizes your life, but for me it's worth it 100%. And just wanted to share that, guys. Thanks for everything. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.